Aloha, tea people, and welcome to Musing over Mugs.
I'm Megs.
And I'm Jax.
And today we are musing over Marivilla's Toxic Paradise books 1 and 2.
Because that's all that's out right now, because let me tell you, if there was a third book, which is coming soon, but if it was out, we would have gobbled it up already, because this is amazing.
We are going to try to avoid spoilers.
Because we want you to read it with us. Or not with us, because we've already read it, but we want you to read it too. I'll read it again.
But we're going to talk about some of our favorite moments without getting too spoilery. But go read the book. Go buy the book. It'll be linked in the show notes, because I'm actually getting better at that.
Yay!
And we'll go from there.
All right, before we dive in, Meg, though, I need to know what's in your mug.
Oh, my mug about hellfire and honey?
We did it again.
I have tea. I have a nice Paris tea by Harney and Sons. What about you?
Peppermint mocha in my Oh Snap gingerbread mug.
Ooh.
We're getting the holiday spirit.
How festive are you with your Christmas trees behind you?
We did set up the office for Christmas.
I will not be decorating for Christmas this year due to the fact I am moving shortly after the new year, and it's just too much going on at all.
We hate everything about this.
Not everything, because I will have more space. But
you're moving, and you're not decorating for Christmas, which is sad.
I'm 3 more miles away from you.
That's too many miles.
I know. My husband just popped in and waved at me, so I waved back.
Hey, Brian. But yeah. Let's jump into Marie. Before we even get into the books, I just want to talk about Marie in general, because
we adore her.
We fucking love her. We had the distinct
offer. We need to back up a second. So we did not know her, and we were going to Steamy Lit this past August, and we were trolling the interwebs as we do, saying, okay, who else is going? Looking at hashtags,
she posted
and people commenting.
A story asking she was seeing everyone making the Taylor Swift friendship bracelets, and had asked for someone to make her a spit in my mouth bracelet, and Steamy Lit reposted it. We saw it and we said, don't know you, say less. We're on board. And we did. I think that was one of the first bracelets we made.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
found her. The rest is history.
Gave it to her with a tote bag. She was the sweetest thing ever. And then the second day, she was using the tote bag, and I nearly shit myself. I was like, the bag's in the wild. Someone's actually using it and didn't throw it away. Thank God. And then we went to her.
But she was so lovely. We met her at the end of day 1, and she was so kind and lovely and sweet and
hysterical. We got to see her at the what was it?
Appeal of
Grey panel with Santana Knox and Cece Monroe and a bunch of other people. And it was
O'Neill. Yeah.
She was hysterical. And after that, we pranced our little asses back to her booth, and we're like, so now we need to buy your book, because we didn't do that day 1. Because again, you did much better than I did. Was not buying books at a book conference because we don't have room. As you see, the shelves are full. But she was amazing, and I was like, we need them. Now we need them, because we just love you, and therefore we're going to love your books. And so we bought them, and boy, did we love them.
We were not disappointed in the least. They were phenomenal, to the point where now we converse with her on Instagram, whether she likes it or not, frankly.
Yeah, the thing about having us as fans of you and or your work is that we will never go away unless you like blatantly tell us that you're annoyed. Like, we will just keep,
and even then we won't go away. We'll just continue to come back and apologize.
I know, it's I feel like we're your zero chill hype team, is what our Instagram handle or Instagram bio says about us, but I feel like that's really accurate for us, because we have no chill, but we're also like very apologetic about the fact that we have no chill. Like, every time, I just feel like I'm always annoying authors, artists, whoever we're reaching out to. I'm like, I'm so sorry to be here, but just like need to tell you that I love you.
But Marie has been such a good sport in dealing with our nonsense and the fact that she's coming to Boston next year.
For
We might see her.
conference, not for us by any means.
For Sinner and Stardust. So if you're going to that, definitely make sure you check out her table. But
Absolutely.
you know, we've now bonded over tequila and
Mezcal.
mezcal, and you know, she liked my afternoon raccoon joke, and here we are.
Besties. That's besties right there. Which I hope, but
I mean, it's a stretch, but we are limber, so let's go. I'm so sorry.
It's a stretch, but we're limber. Speak for yourselves, Megan. You're the one that just went to Pilates this morning. I am.
You're a yoga teacher,
Megan. I haven't taught yoga since March of 2021. 2022.
You're a yoga teacher.
Yeah. I haven't been on a mat since the pandemic, so
I stand by it.
My hips have never been tighter. And they are certainly lying.
They're certainly lying.
They're certainly lying these days. I need to.
Oh, I just broke a nail.
No! What
It's
a bitch.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. So, this was I think this was the first book that I think we really mastered the buddy reading, because as my seasonal depression crept in, because we read this pre peak, my reading starts to slowly decline at this time in the fall. Like I don't want to do anything. So Megan's a much faster reader in general, and then like add that in, she was just blowing through books, and I was like, I'm very far behind. So anyways, we decided to send live reactions to the book, but in invisible ink, which I will say also motivated me, because I was like, I want to know what you're saying, but I'm not there yet. So she would send me like a page number and then a message in invisible ink, and then I would have to, like, when I finally got to that point, I would go back and unhide it. And it was a hoot. I feel like that was really good for us, and I'm thrilled that we've discovered this. It is a pain in the ass to go back, because we also text all day, every day. So
constantly. We're also on FaceTime all the time, and we talk on Instagram all the time. So it's amazing. It's a wonder we have so much to say to each other at any given time.
Given the amount of time that we spend on FaceTime, just like co-working and coexisting, and then like when I went back to scroll through our messages to find some of these, I was like, God damn, like we still manage to text a lot, given that we are also face to face,
constant communication.
But that's why we're partners in crime.
It's true. So there are two books. The first book is Skeletons of Society. The second book is Syndicate of Sin.
These are special editions, in case you are watching this. They're gorgeous. We'll get into these.
You can buy them direct from Marie. I believe they're on the TikTok shop. I'm going to link to them, I think, through bookshop.org, if I can find them there. And I got them on Kindle. Delightful reads. They are dark. They are steamy. They are
mafia. They
sexy.
Are motorcycle cartel.
They are cartel.
Cartel. Ooh. And I think the thing that I fucking love most about Marie is, and she said this at the Morally Grey panel, she writes Morally Grey female main characters. And typically, we don't get a lot of those. We get more sketchy, sexy men doing bad things that are hot. But this is all about the ladies, and let me tell you, they are the most badass. They are the most fabulous. I want to be them in my like grown-up life, which is questionable.
With a caveat too.
A bunch of them. So in the first book, we have Ryan, who is an absolute badass and is underestimated in literally everything she does because she's a woman. And it like happens so early in the book that, it's just so, when she first meets, so basically premise of the story is that she is with the cartel, and they partner with the Skeletons of Sky. No. Is this
Skeletons of Society?
Is that the name of the motorcycle club? Okay, I'm blacking out. Okay. Very bad with details. Any Hoosers. They partner. They're going to be their gun runners, and then Ryan's going to be in charge. And when we first meet Gunnar, who is the beautiful male of this story, he's like treats her like dirt because he doesn't think that she's Ryan, that like she's the one in charge. He thinks that she's like, the secretary or whatever. And it's so satisfying. It is so satisfying. We're not going to tell you what happens, but it is, yes.
They have a little bit of a thing through the book. It gets spicier and spicier as it develops. And I think there are some, we're trying to avoid spoilers, but we do want to share some of our favorite parts. And my favorite parts, I texted to Jax. So she has them ready to go because
again, not necessarily your favorite points. I have some that are your favorite points, but like a couple things, like you texted me that there was like a T-Swift reference, which I'm a Swiftie, so like that was really exciting for me.
There was one of the ones that I think you called me and like yelled this at me. There are a lot of modern day references. So there's the T-Swift reference, then there's
that's the one that
her sister's a witch, bro, and that
it was so. Again, I don't know what the secret sauce is that Marie's putting in these books, but there was a lot of things in here that I'm not typically a fan of that I was so on board for this book, which is I can't explain it. I don't know what it is. Maybe, I don't know. It was just so well done and so well executed, and it didn't typically when there's lines like that, like you're saying, that are like a modern day reference, which again, this is set in contemporary time, so it's not like out of the normal. I hate it even worse in a fantasy story, but usually I don't love that because it like pulls me out. But for some reason they were so on point with Marie's book that it was so funny. I was like, fuck yeah. Like she's talking about her nickname is, again, I'm gonna butcher this so badly, La Brujita de los Muertos, and like they say that in the book, and they, without missing a beat, her and Nikki, another character, both yell out, "You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong?" Perfection. It's so timely. It's so like I was literally cackling, and then I had to turn to Brian and then reread the part to him because I was like, this is hysterical. And then I also called you because I was like, this is amazing. I fucking love it. And I also fucking love Nikki. And I can't wait because she's book 3.
She is book 3. But I think that's just it. Where normally you don't like the modern day references because I think they're too forced, where this was really natural. It was just part of the dialogue, slipped right in. And it was just funny. Like Marie has a really great way of balancing that humor with the dark, so it doesn't kind of drag you down. And
there was never any point in either book where I was like, ooh, like I feel like I've read some we've talked about dark romances I've read, but I've read other genres as well where I'm like that's questionable, but like I can continue on, I can move on and still enjoy the book. But there was never a point in either of these books where I was like I was on board for everything. It was so well executed, so well done, such a perfect balance. Chef's kiss.
Ooh, chef's kiss. Love that.
We absolutely love it. We love to see it. Another one that you sent me, page 183, and all you wrote was thigh tat. And
I did that for you because earlier in October, the weather was still nice. There were still men walking around in their little like new short situations.
You're twisting the story again. What happened was we were driving through the city, and I made a comment about some man. He was running, and he had those slutty little man running shorts that are like shouldn't be in public. And I was like, "That's a nice thigh. That's a thigh." And I didn't know that thighs were a thing that I needed, but now we're into slutty little thigh tats, and Gunnar has one, and that's delicious.
And Gunnar has one, but there was, I don't know if you remember this, probably like 6 months ago, there was this thing going around TikTok, and it was like the sexiest thing a man can have is a thigh tat.
I don't remember this. No.
Oh, we're gonna find that for you and send that over.
Perfect. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, and that's I wanted to highlight that for you because I knew you were gonna.
Thrilled. You did have a really lovely balance of like oh my god moments, and then like little weird tidbits that you're gonna enjoy. Taylor Swift, thigh tats.
I'm here to serve the public
I fucking
in any way possible.
love you.
Thank you so much.
And then I love that you sent me page 308 with a hysterical laughing face, promptly followed by, okay, I finished. And I said, thoughts? And you said, I cannot give them to you until you finish. But I just loaded book 2. So please hurry up.
The vibes were immaculate.
They were immaculate. It was... There was so much that happens. It's so good. I can't tell you enough. If you're looking for a sexy fucking book with a morally gray female, pick this series up because it was delicious. Delicious.
I will say, I had 2 things. One comment about that book was I did kind of predict it a little bit. Like I picked up where it was going.
I did not.
It did not ruin it. Like, just because I kind of guessed what was going to be the ending, it did not take away from it. Like some other books where you kind of are like, oh, this is going to happen. Then you're just like, ugh. But it was written so well and in such a way that it kept me engaged. And just because I kind of predicted some of it, there were other parts I didn't predict. There was still enough action and excitement and spice that spice. There you go. That kept me in it. The other thing I will say, and this I had an issue with both books, and this is not just I see this a lot in a lot of kind of these kind of darker, morally gray romances, is a lot of women call themselves like hussies, or they're letting their inner slut out, or like they talk about their attraction to these men or their sexuality in kind of a degrading way, and it really pisses me off because I'm like, embrace it. Like you're saying this with like a little bit of shame, or maybe that's how I'm interpreting it. And I don't like that. Fuck the patriarchy. If you want to go get that dick, go get that dick.
I don't remember this happening at all in these books, but I do suck and can't remember details 5 seconds after finishing. So
it was, some of it was like falling for them so fast, and they're like, oh, my gotta tell that inner like hussy to shut up. Da 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 da. I was like, no, you let that hussy out. You do your thing, and it's not a hussy. Like that's a label that men gave us. Like I don't like that. Fucking go get that dick.
Go get that dick.
Go get that dick. Or clit, whatever you want. Like, go get it.
I fucking love you.
But the second book, Syndicate of Sin.
Now, can I ask you a question before we?
Oh.
Because I don't know. I don't know if I think this reaction is to. I think it's the first book, but I want as the one that remembers things, and I don't. The tequila. It between the knees. Like.
Yeah.
That was that book 1.
Yeah.
That was a moment. That was a moment. I didn't give you page numbers because you had already finished the book, so I'm like, I don't know where that is. That was lovely. I said, my God,
I think there is tequila.
I mean, there's tequila in all of them, but there was like a moment. I'm pretty sure it was book 1. I think it was
in the shower, right?
No, I don't think so. I thought it was right before the fight.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, okay, I know.
Don't knock that over.
I almost knocked that over. Did you see?
I did. But I think it was before the fight. Okay. If I remember correctly. And then I sent you, I should get fuck around and find out tattooed in my body because I say it so often. And then you laughed and I said, this is tempting. I will not lie. But I don't think we're badass enough for it.
So I know I'm not badass enough for it. So I just got myself a necklace that says FAFO. Fuck around, find out. And I wear it now when I need like an extra boost of confidence.
I fucking love that.
And I love this. Oh, and for the first book, I think I sent you a message saying that we should make Marie a bracelet for next year that says feeling stabby.
Yes. I mean, obviously. I mean, we don't have to wait for next year.
We do.
We do. I mean, no.
Yes,
we'll figure it out.
Okay. Like, it's already the end of November, so.
Are you saying that we didn't start planning early enough? How unlike us.
I'm saying that we're probably not going to see her in the next 6 weeks before the end of the year.
No, I was thinking if we send out Christmas cards like we did last year, we would probably try to find her, like ask her for her P box.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll see. Also, I love, I fucking just love that I just became more unhinged, like, because you had already read the book, so I just kept babbling, as opposed to, like, your reactions, because I hadn't read yet, were very, like, short and sweet, and I'm just like, I fucking love him. She texts him for a meeting, and now he's nonstop sexting her. Normally I would hate this, but it's giving golden retriever energy, and I'm here for it. I fucking loved them. Loved them.
And there was some, I can't remember the name, but it was one of her bodyguards or like one of her security guards who's like this big badass scary guy who like kills somebody by looking at him. He's just a big teddy. He's a marshmallow. I think I called him.
You did call him a marshmallow.
Yeah. There's so many marshmallows in that book. They're scary on the outside, but squishy on the inside.
So squishy. Just a nice toasted mallow. Toasted mallow. You know, it's like right over the flame. It got a little crisp on the outside, but then gooey on the inside. Ooh.
Love it.
Ooh. Ooh. But yeah.
Did you glitch? I was like, what?
I couldn't stop. I was thinking about my next reaction was to a line that I have hated in other books and absolutely could not get enough of in this book. And I'm not gonna tell you what it is because you guys can find it yourself. But it's just, again, I'm in love with Marie. I'm in love with this book. I love all of them.
If you told us the line, because you've just built it up now, is it giving anything away?
No. But I can't. I can't say these things on the internet.
Just say it.
I can't.
You're just repeating something you read.
We didn't give the disclaimer for my mother not to listen to this.
Well, now she knows. Just fast forward, Terry.
Just eggs out. End it now. I dislike immensely the line, anything revolving milking during an act. Hate it.
Fair enough.
Gives me the heebie-jeebies. But that it's used in this book. And I was like squealing, kicking my feet like, yes, this is amazing! Marie has some sort of voodoo witchcraft magic in this book because everything I thought I knew about myself and dark romance was completely irrelevant for this.
Questioned everything.
Love it. I love it here. Oh, she also had a Harry Potter reference, which, I mean, you've hit everything that I fucking love. You've hit Harry Potter. You've hit Taylor Swift. You have thigh tats. Beautiful men, badass women. What more could you want?
Her sister was a witch.
Her sister
came down in a bubble.
Came down in a bubble, bro. Which is about the Wizard of Oz. Which is my favorite. Oh,
so
God. So good. And then
book 1, immaculate.
The best is we finally get to book 2. We start there.
Now.
You immediately text me. The first reaction I get from you from this book is, this is another level, unfucking hinged. One word, unfucking hinged.
Yeah.
You were not wrong. This, oh my God. I mean, I loved book 1, was not ready to say goodbye to Ryan and Gunnar. You gave me book 2? Oh! Oh my God.
Book 2, why choose?
In the most
mafia, organized crime. It's as much as I loved book 1, I was obsessed with book 2. Scar, I want to be Scar when I grow up.
For many a reason.
She is a badass, genius, fucking,
again, completely underestimated and then just blows shit out of the water.
I was obsessed. And she wears green and I wear green and I love it.
So fucking fast.
I think I read that in like 2 days.
I think it was a day because you literally texted me at 1 p.m. 12:39. This is another level, unfucking hinged. And then at 12:41, you were at 33%. I like at 6 p.m. you were at almost page 300. Like, you demolished this. You gobbled it up like it was your last fucking meal, and as it should be.
It was.
That is how this book should be revered. It is revered. Is that the right word?
I don't know.
Whatever. It's so good. It was.
Okay, so Marie has a quote that she said a lot at Steamy-Lit, and it's directly from this book, and it's "Be a bitch, eat the ones that try and prey on you." And I love that so much. I have the sticker. It is on my board that is above my computer right now. I look at it every day that I'm at work. Inspiration to,
be a badass.
Be a badass and do whatever you need to do to survive in this world.
Another thing we're going to say. Without spoilers, all we're going to tell you, party people, the best reaction I got from Megan, the entirety of this buddy read, was just a series of letters as if she was pounding on her keyboard, followed by page 286. And I'll follow that up with another instance where I typically hate this move. Oh my god!
No. Here's the thing about that was it was the thing that we normally hate, but like tilted on its ear. And it was fucking amazing. I think I don't usually have that kind of reaction when this stuff happens. I'm like, oh, fun. I have never once sent you a reaction like that to a book.
No, never, ever. In the history of however long we've been discussing books prior to starting this podcast, never has she once had any sort of reaction to a book. The only other time was when you got teary-eyed. I don't even think you cried. Teary-eyed around Teresa's book. And that is it. Those are the two biggest reactions I've ever gotten out of Megan.
Mm-hmm. But I fucking 280 whatever. I mean, I was
286. It was a moment.
If you know.
It was a moment. And then also in this
book, it was a fucking power move.
It was a fucking power move, and it was so good. I don't know if that was because again, because I hadn't read it yet, you didn't give me all the details in real time. There was a moment where you were like, this is the scene. And I was like, is it the shower scene? Because I'd only known about that because it was the fan art that was like a pre-order incentive. So I was like, is it that? And you were like, even better. And I was like, something's better than the shower scene? The shower scene was amazing. Was a whole thing. So was that. 286. Amazing. Spectacular. Phenomenal. It was... I mean, I think... Now, we've read other Why Chooses. We like Why Chooses. We've read some bad ones. And I think where Marie stood out is that the three men complemented each other so well. Like, we've read some Why Chooses where they're like, it just kind of seemingly random and doesn't make sense as a group, as a unit, but this did. And it was delightful. And each of them, like, I loved them all individually, and then I loved them all as a collective unit. Like, they were so well balanced, so funny, so sexy. My God.
So I want to, I'm pulling it up right now because I want to go through. There was something she did in this book she didn't do in the first book.
It was
and that is the title check.
Yes! My favorite one. Chapter 3. Thick thighs should suffocate faces.
Yes, they should.
Spectacular. But like each chapter has a fun like line that's references something in the book, and we are here for that. Marie. Bravo. Brava. It was spectacular. Are you still pulling things up?
I am. I'm just trying to get to the table of contents. So the characters here are Scar, Caleb, Nico, and Kenji, and it is just delightful. I don't know how to like describe this anymore because it's just
The amount
wonderful.
of fainting gifts that I sent you,
yeah,
hysterical.
Are they hot or are they just assholes? I'm just reading some of my favorite.
It's hard to fight with a hard dick. This one's from Scar. Head kicks make me wet. So does punching men in the face. Like, she's everything. She is the moment.
Wrap your hands around my throat, big boy.
Ugh, it's so good. Also, I just need to take a moment to comment on these special editions. Now, I don't have the non-special edition, so I'm not sure if this is something unique to the special edition or just Marie's books in general. But these are stunning. First of all, this artwork. What I appreciate the most, because as we have discussed in the past, I am typesetting fan fiction and binding my own copies because I need trophies for my shelf. The typeset for this is lovely. Every chapter starts on the right-hand page, which I adore. And they have these gorgeous artwork for the spread, which is stunning. And then if there's a blank page, like to get it to be the 2-page spread for the chapter start, there is a second piece of artwork. Hold on, gotta find it. Here she is. I mean, come on. Like, that alone, like, that kind of detail to me is everything. And that is why I will spend money on a special edition, because it's just stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Oh, here it is. Chapter 25. Threesome. That's the title.
That's it. You know what you're getting into.
This is another one where I think she was just able to weave that like humor and funniness and emotion into the darker subject matter and all of that was going on really, really well, and it kept you very engaged. There was a very funny like video sex tape thing done quite early in the book that I was howling. I was cackling. I thought it was so fucking funny. But there's like also that vulnerability that's shown in that is like throughout the book as well. And then some of the favorite quotes are in there, like, be a bitch and eat the ones that try to prey on you.
Yeah. It was amazing. And I cannot wait for book 3, because book 3 is about Nikki and Dex, who, I mean, we got a sneak peek of the fan art on Murray's stories the other day, and he's pretty. But the best part is it comes out on my birthday, and that is
it does come out your
the best birthday present ever. And I know logically that's Marie didn't know me from a hole in the wall, and those are, set not pertaining to me, but I'm gonna pretend that it is for my birthday because I live in Delulu land, and that is the best birthday gift you could have ever given me. Thank you, Marie.
Delulu is the Salulu. There was also another Harry Potter reference. It was actually the same Harry Potter reference from the other book. There's crossover. This is the same group of people, there are connections. So definitely you can read them kind of standalone, but read them in order.
Yes, would not
do
recommend.
What you need to do. I don't think you can read the third book without at least reading the first book. But again, we haven't read the third book, so we don't know.
We have no
idea. But I would just assume based on the characters. But regardless, read these fucking books. What are you waiting for? Why are you still listening to this?
Right? Hang up. I mean, like,
hang up
the call. I mean, finish the episode, and if you really liked it, give us a 5-star, and then go download the books from the show notes. Because they're so good.
Yeah. Just go follow Marie on the Instagram and TikTok. Follow us on the Instagram.
She's also,
probably not the
again, like
TikTok.
we've said before, just a gem of a
A
human.
delightful.
You're gonna want to follow her, even if you haven't read the books yet, because she's just the best.
She's fun.
We love her.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully we didn't scare her with this episode.
Yeah. Maybe this is the first one I'll actually put up on Instagram. LOL. We've had half a season, and I'm And you know what? Marketing does work because our numbers are down.
So down. It's fine. It's fine.
We do this for the chaos. We don't do this for... We're certainly not getting paid, so...
No, we are not. So that being said, if you would like to pay us, you can find us.
Polar Seltzer, if you would like to sponsor us, we're here. I drink
you
at least...
find us causing chaos on the internet.
I drink at least a case of your bubbly water a week, if not 2. So...
We love those special flavors.
Seasonal flavors.
Seasonal. Yeah.
Seasonal. But also this one's not seasonal. It was a limited edition. And it's bomb. Cranberry raspberry. It was Expedition flavor. I saw it one time, like many months ago. Got a case to try it. Phenomenal. Tried to buy more. Gone. And then it randomly like popped back up in like the past like 2 months. And every time I go, I buy an egregious amount of... Like, I'm not kidding. We had a tower of like 12 cases of this flavor. Just this flavor, which we have many other flavors also. Because I was like, this is so good. I don't know when it's going to leave.
You know what you want, and you're going fucking for it. Mm-hmm. That's a very Scar kind of situation.
I like how you brought it back.
Thank you
Look
so
at you.
Much.
She's a talent.
Thank you so much. That's why they pay me the medium bucks.
They pay you big bucks.
We get paid nothing.
We're just here for fun. We pay each other
just here for
love and support. And trips to California.
Chaos and various things that we shouldn't be buying for each other because we said no gifts, but yet every time we see each other, there are gifts exchanged.
Literally every time, which is why we don't do the holidays, because every day is a holiday when you're friends with us.
Boop, boop.
I will say we're pretty fun.
And when we are homeless, we will crash on your couches.
We're not gonna be homeless.
And bring our books to play.
And our mug collection. Stop knocking things over.
I'm so sorry. This is why I'm moving, so that I have room to, I don't know, rotate my chair slightly to the right.
Well, that doesn't usually exist right there.
I know, but if it's not there, then there's no books in the shot, and it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole
That's why
thing.
I styled this. That's why
I don't have any this to style.
We will soon.
Plants back there.
Plants are part of the vibe.
I know, but that one's doing okay. There's one that you can't see that's dying quite a bit.
So. That's why mine are glass tree. I've killed all my real plants.
That's not true. You have one in the kitchen. I saw it. You have 2 in the kitchen.
I have 2 very sad philodendrons who are on their... I mean...
some water.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I just let them get sad, and then I give them some water, and they perk right back up. Which is great. That's the kind of care I need. Slightly murder, and then bring back to life.
I think that's called torture.
I'm not a good plant mom.
It's okay, because you're a good mom to your fur babies.
Yes. I was like, where's
you didn't know where I was going
with this, and I was like, I am not a mom. I have chosen no.
You tell that to Quinn, Gracie, and
yes,
Tucker.
I am a dog mom. I thought you were saying real mom, and I was like, no, none of those. No goblins, just fur babies. No goblins, just all the fur babies.
Anyways,
that's that.
With that,
we love you, Marie. Everybody go pick up Marie.
You were saying that to me.
I also love you too. I do love you.
Thank you so much. We love Marie. Go buy these books. Go read them immediately. Tell us what you think about them. Follow Marie. Follow us on the socials.
Megan. I know we're trying to wrap, and I'm just going to keep it going because I can't handle...
You do realize I have to edit this episode and get it up by tomorrow.
Yes. I'm putting it out. I'm saying it here, and you can cut it if you want, but I think Marie should be our comeback for Cocktails for Characters. Let's whip up doodle-doo some cocktails.
I am down for that. I unfortunately have no counter space, so
No.
Cocktails for Characters is going to have to fall onto you
I can
until
film.
probably about February.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I'm happy. I love filming them. It's the brainstorming that we need to do.
I am happy to brainstorm. They will involve tequila.
Obviously. Maybe it's... Well, we're not going to tell you what it is. We'll just fucking...
Stay tuned. Find out.
Stay tuned. And with that, happy reading. Cheers, party people. Party on, party people. We
Party on, party people.
mastered this closeout.